Do you guys remember the migrant convoy that was like moving from South America?
Oh yeah, like a ton of them. Yeah, they're moving through like all the South American countries, working their way up north.
Migrants?
Wait, going this way?
Not migrants. The migrant convoy.
They're going this way or going this way?
Up.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which one
they
you
were
know
going
goes
through
down?
Mexico, and then Mexico was like, "Stop coming into our country."
Yeah, I remember that.
They were trying to get into the
They
United
were
States.
trying to get to the United States from all the way from like South America, and they were like traveling
Venezuela?
up as a group. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Well, I don't know whatever happened to that because they just stopped reporting on it. But
Dude, they stopped that so
Like they
quick.
always do.
now there's another one. They're
It
probably gonna do
wasn't
the
hot. It
same
wasn't
shit
hot.
to this. Yeah, they're probably gonna do the
15
same exact
minutes,
thing.
yeah.
But basically, there are a bunch of. There's another group. Desperate migrants have sewn their mouths shut in a protest demanding that they be able to travel over 1,000 miles through Mexico to the U.S. border.
You mean like they fucking sold it?
This is what people don't understand. Like, these people are fighting for their
real
fucking
problem.
lives. They got real
So
problems.
I guess most of them are from Venezuela.
That's what I said, Venezuela.
And they're trying to get over to the U.S., but Mexico won't grant them the
asylum,
yeah.
huh?
Whoa!
This is what I always feel so bad for, man.
Because honestly, if they don't do some of the shit
gonna
like
die.
this, nobody gives a fuck.
No one gives a fuck, yeah.
People
And they'll
talk
just
about this for,
stop
like, so
reporting
little.
on it.
You know what's funny? Well, it's not funny. It's pretty sad. But then, like, back in the day, America used to have, this was mainly during the Cold War, America used to have the verbiage of, okay, come over here, immigrants. You know, you guys could start a new life here. This is the place, right? You'll see it in every presidential speech. But then this one, it's like, don't fucking come. People thought it would change with Biden. But then I think there's something else happening with the way that the U.S. is like, okay, we don't want more people, or whatever it is, because back then it was a different conversation. But because people thought that when Biden got into office, it would change. But now he even outright was like, "Don't come here."
But like that's the definition of politics.
Kalama was like, "Don't fucking come here." It was fucking crazy.
Is it the argument
Don't
though
come here.
that people are coming
Don't
here
come.
and they're taking the resources away from the actual citizens?
I don't know what.
But what does that mean? Like, resources, like they're stealing gasoline?
Like taxes, or like you have to medical care has to get spread to them.
That's
Or you mean like the counter argument, or you mean like what?
that's the
the
sentiment.
argument.
Yeah.
Like for example, isn't there like there's those guys that were they were caught at the border, they were jumping, they're hopping the border, and then now because they weren't given the vaccine, they were able to countersue for being mishandled, right? So now the medical resources have to get spread.
I always say this, and I wonder why no one else has thought of this. Why don't they just put a team of lawyers down there and say, hey, you need to bring me, like, your criminal record? Because people are always like, the criminals are coming! The criminals are coming! Why don't they just be like, you're a citizen, and now you gotta pay taxes? Because that helps the government. And then the complaint of, like, they're not paying their taxes, which is basically a misnomer, which we were talking about. Because a lot of illegal immigrants do pay taxes.
Don't they just get paid under the table though?
That too, but they still have, a lot of people still pay their taxes, and they don't get no benefits of being a taxpayer.
Like, let's say they get fake papers, right? This is one of the ways that they do pay taxes. Is like, even if you get fake papers and then you like, let's say you work at like, I don't know, like a farm or whatever, right? They're still getting taxes taken out of their paycheck before they get their paycheck, just like a regular.
If it's not under the table.
If it's not on, but a lot of farms and stuff don't do it. I would say a lot of under the table jobs might be like mom and pop restaurants. It might be. It's not done by major operations because they get audited and like they're scared of getting caught.
Yeah, because you can't even document that you paid an illegal immigrant, right? In your own records, if you're a business.
No, you're fucked.
Yeah, you can't actually say you did that, right?
In most, it's not done in major operations, but most people that are hiring are like mom and pop. Like, for example, like a contractor, right? Like if you own like a construction company and it's just you and maybe your brother, and then you go to Home Depot and you grab some dudes up and you're like, I need help. You know, things like that. It's done by, you know, small operations. And sometimes there'll be a scandal where you find a big operation doing it, but then they're way too, like, it's too risky for them to hire an illegal immigrant.
I mean, there's also less crime committed by immigrants. When people are like, they're gonna be criminals. And I'm like, who's the criminal?
For real. The Catholic Church.
The dude who makes the tahini sliced mango across the street is a criminal?
It's usually him.
Like, what?
It's usually him after he works really, really hard. provides a good life for the family, then the son who speaks perfect English becomes a criminal.
Then he becomes the president of the FDA and then runs a scam.
That's usually what happens. The recent immigrants are the hardworking ones.
Yeah, that's
crushing
true. It's our shit ass kids.
Are we all first
Like me, dude.
did all of our parents immigrate here?
Yes.
Mine did.
No,
Yours
no.
was great-grandparents,
No,
or?
my great-grandparents probably, yeah.
My parents did, and I was a criminal. So
Yeah, me too. I'm a fucking stereotype.
I wasn't a criminal, but I was a
Dude,
fuckhead.
I'm a criminal. I'm a criminal. I'm stealing white rolls. Bro.
Yeah, dude. That's the good part.
Oh shit! I'm the real criminal.
You're the reason why.
So the argument, you're like, they're gonna steal my jobs.
It's Ritesh.
he is.
You've been stealing jobs.
I'm stealing jobs from since I'm 18 years old, baby. Let's
He's
go.
stealing jobs from the whites, bro.
So most of these migrants are from Venezuela, Guatemala, Nicaragua, Republic of the Congo.
These are all like war-torn countries. They're not They're
War-torn.
You don't hear people like.
Congo's in Africa, so they went to Latin America first, and then they
No, because a lot of people will go. They'll take a boat to South America and then from there move up.
Yeah. So Mexico is blocking them from passing through. Well, not like they don't ever want them to go through, but I guess they're not waiting to be issued the visas because it just takes so freaking long.
Yeah.
Like
I'm assuming these guys also don't want to land in Mexico, right?
they don't. They want to go all the way through.
Oh, but then Mexico's like, nah, bro.
Because you got to go through.
They have to physically.
I mean,
walk.
it's like with anything, like the process is so long that for people that are seeking asylum, that might be too long.
I might die in 5 years.
Yeah, they don't have the resources to chill in a random spot.
It's really fucked, isn't it?
Dude, people were complaining, like, oh, if you send me back to my country, I'm gonna die. And then they send these people, and then they're murdered, and they die, and people are like, huh?
I want to know the real reason why. Is it like they don't have enough money? The government's running out of money? Like, what is it, Because it's usually an economic reason, nothing else. I highly doubt that people make decisions.
No, dude. It's definitely politically loaded. Because let's just say the president of Mexico goes, yeah, I'm going to do this. Then, whoever disagrees with him is like, we're not voting for this person, period, ever again.
Oh, so it's you mean like from Mexico it's being blocked?
Why is it?
I was thinking about the U.S.
No, Trump was like, I'm building the wall, and half the country was like, yeah, we're voting for this idiot. And then they didn't build the wall, so he scammed the country. We spent all this money.
Parts of the wall built.
They're almost done.
They're
almost done.
Are they gonna be done with it?
They're like, dude, the people are building seesaws. we have like little Texas children with little Mexican children doing seesaws on the border.
I do enjoy all the art installations that come through this wall.
I just think it's fucking stupid, dude. Like, they should just give everyone citizenship, let them all pay taxes, and be like, what do you do? What are you good at? Is it painting houses? Were you a lawyer in your country? Like, you got a lot of...
Should it go the other way, too? Like, if you just suck at being American and you're not producing...
Throw them back over
Yeah,
This is what I'm saying, dude.
it's like, what do we do there? It's like, there's hella people that are, like, failing here.
I bet if you look at the statistics of people who are, are criminals, dealing with tax fraud, or any sort of, let's say, bad habits, I guarantee you they're citizens of this country and not people of color.
Well, statistically, there's more citizens than immigrants that are illegally here. So obviously, there's gonna be way more criminals.
But think about
But what's the ratio then?
Is it disproportional?
Is it disproportional? It's the same thing,
So there's actually, just as a little factoid, there's actually more immigrants in federal detention now with Biden in office than there were before.
I'm not surprised though.
Yeah, I laugh at that shit because it's just all these people
horrible, dude.
Wasn't that part of his promise that he was
I know. Yeah.
They're gonna let the kids in the cages go, and he was like,
way more kids in them cages
Well, I
now.
just never understand why they're like, I have a great idea. Let's separate the parents from
the
the kids. And then they're like, if they die, that's not our fault.
I don't know.
That way, at least they'll be away from the
The
parents.
confusing part is that Biden closed 2 immigration detention centers as part of the initiative to fight against that.
And then he
built 5 more.
We just consolidated.
More people in the ones that are left over.
Oh my god.
So how the fuck did
It's
that
heartbreaking,
happen?
man. It's heartbreaking.
This is where party politics just fucking sucks, right? Because people think like we're the good side, we're gonna solve America, and I'm like, don't you fucking know that there's established dudes that are career politicians on both fucking sides that are just constantly fucking with the U.S. Public. It's been like this for how long?
And they said that about Obama too, right?
It's been like this for how fucking long?
Why are there borders? Just forget it. Like, we're in the modern world. Just fucking open it up. I got fucking, I got Easy Pass. Yeah. Let's just go back to Pangea.
Yeah.
That's one world government. How about that?
New World Order. Someone activate Skynet. I'm tired of this shit.
Just let the robots figure it out.
Yeah, dude, they got it.
So what do you think about about the due process of vetting people who want to immigrate into the U.S.
Well, I'll tell you this, like, so, I mean, I said this story before, but my girlfriend coming here from the UK, she's on a legitimate visa, all that stuff, but she got stopped by border control. And it was a crazy fucking scary moment because, like, you know, she called me, she's like, yeah, I just landed, cool. I don't hear from her for 5 fucking hours.
Yeah.
And she was treated like a criminal in there. They were interrogating her, not letting her go to the bathroom, like, not just violating, like,
demanding that she unlock her phone and shit.
They wanted to look at her phone, go through her fucking phone. They kept pressing her. She's like, look, am I here for a reason? Why am I here? They're like, oh, it's because of this, this, and this. And then she's like, okay, that's probably illegal. And then, you know, I was like, this is fucking mad. They just wanted to single you out. And they were doing this to other people in there too. And she goes, you know what's crazy is the people that could prove that they were extremely rich, they got out like that. This guy was like from Australia and he goes, look, all right, I have this much money in my bank account. This is what I do here, whatever, whatever. And they're like, okay, you're free to go. And everybody else that couldn't really speak English well, they were grabbing them up and fucking them up, dude. They're like, you're tripping on that word. Okay, this and this. Okay, we're sending you back to your country.
But also too, if we want to,
But the interrogator was not white. That's why it was fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, dude.
You need to have somebody on that side.
I guess.
if we need to have more resources for the undocumented people to come through, like the U.S. borders and stuff, there needs to be a special interest for politicians to make money.
Yes, correct. It all comes down to super PAC.
If there is no incentive for them to make this a system, they're not going to pour money and resources into it. Right?
That's why I say just make everyone a citizen and have them fill into the tax dollars. So at least then the government knows we have officially put them in the pipeline.
But to even start
And we
that
can make
system,
money off of
Dude,
them.
if the IRS wants something for you, they can literally find you in 10 seconds. You're telling me they can't process these people? It's literally, it's a one-piece paper.
they probably just don't want to set up the system.
But what if you can't prove that you would be a citizen of worth? Like like being first, I guess like with my parents immigrating here, it took so fucking long for them to prove that what they were studying and what they were certified for in the Philippines was real, and that they would be able to come here and be a nurse or X-ray. But then, like, what if you're just someone that is fleeing a country and you don't have those? You didn't bring all that shit.
Yeah, but don't they claim? Are they claiming like refugee asylum?
I don't. Well, either way, both of those processes. Who knows how much longer asylum is than fucking regular?
But this doesn't. All of it is weird. Everyone knows that Venezuela is a shit show. It's not like I'm coming from a village in Asia and they're like, you can't verify what's going on. They're like, let me check on Wikipedia. They're like, oh, there is a civil war, or they don't have internet, or there is inflation or deflation. Like,
so it's the question of like, let's say that you're legitimately telling the truth. Hey, I'm coming from like a war-torn situation. I'm here for seeking asylum. Okay, well, we're just gonna file your stuff. It may take months. At that point, when you hear that and you go, fuck it, I'm jumping the wall.
Yeah.
Like, is that wrong?
I don't know.
Because that's what's happening a lot of the time.
I mean,
It's like,
look,
That's rough, dude.
I think you're gonna do whatever you're gonna need to do to protect yourself and your family.
Dude, imagine leaving.
And so then you get these people who are sewing their mouths because they need help.
If China had a land border with the U.S., would that shit be exactly the same way?
I have a friend who's Japanese, but like culturally Mexican, like full Japanese, right? And the reason why this happened is because in the 1940s they immigrated to Mexico because they heard that it was easier to go from Mexico to California. And then World War II broke out, and they heard that Japanese people were being rounded up into camps. So their relatives were like, "Don't fucking come here." So their grandpas and grandmas just basically stayed in Mexico, and then they were like, we're just gonna be Mexicans. And then basically that's what happened, but eventually they made their way into California to meet their relatives. But that's a funny fucking story. After 2 generations, they were born in Mexico, all that, and then they went, let's finally go to America. Oh, shit's chill. All right, they're not rounding us some camps. All right, let's go.
You know the thing is like we're saying this as obviously minority groups and a lot of us as immigrant families. It's like most people just have no clue what this experience is.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They have no fucking clue.
idea, yeah.
They're completely ignorant, and it's just like we're American, rah! And it's just like, dude, you gotta have empathy.
I always blame, you know, like not only the media, but then our politicians who divide us. Because we have way more in common with working class white folks than we do with rich white folks, you know, and rich minorities. Like, it's really it's
more class.
With class, I bond more with people of the same class and upbringing than I do over race.
Yeah.
And I think that that's the fucked up shit with the right and left issue and the fucking red and blue issue is a lot of that shit is fucking made to divide us.
And that's what everyone says about like people that don't live in the States. They always say like, you guys in the U.S., man, you guys are always so obsessed with race all the time.
I know that's
you guys always.
Yeah, but I'll tell you why though. Because we just watched a video of 2 14-year-olds getting fought, and the
100%.
one kid who got arrested was the black kid. That's why we're obsessed with race.
100%.
It's why when I'm wearing a mohawk, I get pulled over every single day, and not the white kid. It's because of race.
It's because you look like a stereotypical 90s villain.
Dude, that's why I get searched for bombs every time I go to the airport.